Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, University President Ted Carter addressing UNL's new diversity plan.
Also, authorities are now searching for the Michigan school shooter's parents. But first,
I want everyone to still be calm.
The Omicron variant has been detected in southeast Nebraska. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is the first time the Omicron variant has been found in the state. 6 total confirmed cases.
Health officials say a traveler started experiencing symptoms after a trip to Nigeria.
The first case that we identified was likely exposed during international travel to Nigeria. This person left Nigeria and flew back to the United States on November 23rd. On November 24th, the individual began to show symptoms and sought out testing.
Now, the cases were reported in the Public Health Solutions District, which covers Fillmore, Gage, Saline, Thayer, and Jefferson counties. The other 5 cases are said to have been exposed to the first case through close household contact. Nobody has been hospitalized with this, according to Public Health Solutions. One of the 6 people who tested positive for the variant was fully vaccinated but not yet eligible to be boosted. The 5 other cases, including the traveler, were not vaccinated. The cases are described as being mild to moderate. And as the Omicron variant is discovered in more parts of the country, officials continue to stress vaccinations and boosters.
Still, experts caution there's not a lot that we know about this new variant. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
Tonight, a sharp focus on getting more eligible Americans vaccinated and boosted before the newest variant of COVID-19 spreads any further.
Get vaccinated, get boosted, don't wait. If you're eligible, do it now.
The White House COVID response team also doubling down on its messaging campaign, using text messages, podcasts, newspaper ads, and, quote, just about everything short of carrier pigeons to encourage the shots.
Our goal is really to leave no stone unturned as we seek to reach people with life-saving information.
Thursday, the U.S. administered more than 2.2 million COVID shots, the highest single-day total in 6 months. Nebraska officials announcing Friday that 6 people in the state have tested positive for the Omicron variant. From California to New York, Minnesota to Colorado, officials say they've identified the new variant in vaccinated people, but their symptoms have been mild. In Hawaii, officials say a patient with the Omicron variant was not vaccinated and is experiencing moderate symptoms. Unlike many of the positive cases, that patient also has no recent travel history. A detail that concerns officials worried about community spread. Several of the Omicron cases have been linked to people who have traveled to southern Africa.
We suspect there'll be more cases emerging.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky reminding Americans that while the Omicron variant is a concern, the COVID Delta variant remains the greatest threat.
I know that the news is focused on Omicron, but we should remember that 99.9% of cases in the country right now are from the Delta variant.
And starting Monday, as part of President Biden's winter plan to fight COVID, new testing rules will go into effect for those traveling to the U.S. The president is also extending the public transit mandate and is offering people free at-home COVID test kits. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
And this new variant comes at a time when many people are planning to travel or gather for the holidays.
I asked Lincoln's mayor if the variant is impacting any decisions made here locally.
You know, we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're analyzing the data, monitoring the data, working with our medical community. And as soon as we have more information about what the Omicron variant means for our community, we will share that with the public. But right now, we don't have any news to share on that front. But what you do see nationally is you do see calls for people to take the precautions that we think are just common sense, especially if you are traveling. You know, you will be asked to wear a mask on an airplane. You will continue to be asked to wear masks on buses. In public areas across the United States, it's very common for those precautions to be called for.
In the latest city update, the COVID-19 risk dial remains in the mid-orange, and the mask mandate lasts until December 23rd. According to the Lancaster County dashboard, 331 people in our community have died from COVID-19. In other news now, emotions were running high today at a Nebraska Board of Education meeting.
Sex education and critical race theory were the big topics. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez tells us what many in attendance had to say today. Ariana?
Yes, Rod, that's right. Those two topics have riled up a lot of people. And even though the Board of Education has tabled them for now, some people want a final decision and want to overhaul the Board of Education altogether.
You all need to resign. And state senators, it's time to do your job. Impeach this whole board. There's been enough time to speak. This is serious. We don't want a generation of Ghislaine Maxwell's and Jeffrey Epstein's. You are grooming these children to molest other children and an increase in sex trafficking and human trafficking.
Time.
Not on our watch.
Thank you, Amber.
It's done.
A petition to remove the current Board of Education and replace it, giving decision power to the governor's office and the unicameral, was brought up more than once.
Today we are still waiting. We are still waiting and watching this state school board. There is still a crisis of confidence. The crisis of confidence exists because state school board members, the commissioner, and NDE staff repeatedly pleaded ignorance, misled the public, and helped spread misinformation for months. We are not fooled, and we are not going away.
We have parents come and speak to you, and they're not being heard. And what I want those parents to know is that we do have this initiative to replace the Nebraska Department of Education, the school board, that would be you, and also the school commissioner, and replace it with a smaller Office of Education.
The petition started last month and needs at least 125,000 signatures by July of next year to be put on the November ballot. At today's meeting at the Graduate Hotel in Lincoln, not one person came to the podium to speak in favor of the board or the controversial topics.
There's a lot of us still coming because we care about our kids and we care about what they're being exposed to. And I know that when we had lots of people for public comment, that there were people on the other side pushing the health standards. And I'm noticing that they're not still coming.
Nebraskans have been providing public comment on these topics for months. Some speakers have already shared their opinions, and for some, they are sharing for the first time. Many are still emotional.
I love teaching, and it breaks my heart to see what is happening in our schools. Sorry. So I feel I no longer can teach in the public schools.
For now, a decision on how to handle sex education and critical race theory is on hold. The next business meeting for the Nebraska Board of Education will be held on January 7th at 9 in the morning. If you would like to make public comment, registration opens on December 29th. Make sure to check education.ne.gov for more information and instructions on how to submit written public comment.
All right, Ariana, thank you so much for that report. UNL's new diversity plan, also a hot topic, receiving criticism from several Nebraska lawmakers and the Board of Regents itself.
Nebraska University President Ted Carter spoke at the Board of Regents meeting this morning.
And we want to move forward in a sincere, mature set of voices.
Himself and UNL Chancellor Ronnie Green mishandled the initial announcement of the plan. Governor Ricketts has repeatedly criticized it, even going as far as saying Green thought UNL was racist. However, Carter said Green has spoken to each member of the Board of Regents and that the university will communicate better moving forward.
And yes, this process does involve discussions about race. These discussions are difficult.
You can view all the stories and statements on UNL's diversity plan on our website, klkntv.com. Also, some regents held a news conference this afternoon to explain why they think this plan is wrong. We'll hear from them tonight in our newscast at 6 o'clock. Also at the Regents meeting, they approved a $155 million expansion projects at UNL.
That's right. It includes a $25 million addition at the Lead Center, also $75 million replacement of the Westbrook Music Building, and $15 million to upgrade Kimball Recital Hall. The money for all of this will be privately funded. Workers are on the scene of a train derailment east of Plattsmouth.
It happened on the other side of the river near Pacific Junction, Iowa. 2 workers on the train were taken to the hospital, but with minor injuries.
Now, these drone pictures are coming from the Mills County Emergency Management Agency. Burlington Northern Santa Fe believes 11 cars, as well as both locomotives on the empty coal train, derailed around 7 a.m. today. Investigators are on the scene to see what caused this. Happening today, the Syracuse fire chief is coming back home.
Eric Foss suffered a brain injury while moving livestock at the Otoe County Fair back in July. Here he is at Madonna Rehabilitation Hospitals. A homecoming parade for Foss is happening tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Folks are asked to line 26th Road near Syracuse. The public is welcome to decorate their vehicles with balloons and signs, anything to show their support for the family.
All right, let's get to Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer with your Friday night forecast. How's it looking, John?
It's not looking too bad, and today wasn't too bad of a day either, especially if you can erase yesterday's 70s out of your mind. Today we saw temperatures climbing into the upper 50s and lower 60s, officially reaching 61 degrees today in Lincoln. Live look outside right now showing you we've got clear skies outside right now. Sunset about 10 minutes ago. In fact, sunset today officially in Lincoln was at 4:59 and will remain below 5 o'clock now for the next several days. Temperature-wise, we are cooler than yesterday at this time, running anywhere between 6 to nearly 20 degrees cooler, where it's currently 51 degrees in Hastings, 49 in Kearney. We've got 52 in Lincoln. It's a bit warmer further south, where Beatrice is 55, 57 in Fairbury, and 56 degrees in Hebron. Again, clear skies overhead right now. We will start to see some clouds coming in later on tonight, turning skies partly cloudy. I think by early tomorrow morning, we could even have some low overcast hanging around for just a few hours shortly before sunrise. But high pressure off to our north and west will begin to spill in. That's going to bring some cooler temperatures down our way for tomorrow, starting us out closer to normal for this time of year. For the 4th day of December. For this evening, 46 degrees by 8 o'clock, 43 degrees by 10, so still on the mild side by normal standards. We'll take a closer look at what you can expect this weekend, plus kids, or if you don't have the kids handy, grab them. We'll hear from Hans Gutenhofer, the chief meteorologist for North Pole Flight Operations, from my conference call last night with him.
Yeah, I know you guys are like this, so I'm looking
That's
forward
right.
to it.
Known them all my life.
Yes, thank you, John. All right, serious news here in Michigan. Authorities have issued a be on the lookout alert for the parents of the suspected Oxford High School shooter.
The two were going to surrender ahead of their first court appearance on the involuntary manslaughter charges connected to the tragedy. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
The parents of a teen accused of killing 4 students and injuring 7 other people at Oxford High School now facing criminal charges alongside their son.
The charges are as follows. James Crumbly is charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Jennifer Crumbly is also charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
Their son Ethan Crumbly charged as an adult with 24 crimes, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, and terrorism, after investigators say he stormed through the school armed with a semi-automatic handgun that prosecutors say his father James bought for him and failed to adequately secure. These now deleted Instagram posts were described in detail by the Oakland County prosecutor when she announced charges against Ethan Crumbly's parents. This is from Ethan Crumbly's Instagram, posted the day the gun was purchased. The prosecutors say the parents' culpability surrounding the November 30th shooting can be traced back to November 29th, when a teacher called Ethan Crumbly researching ammunition, the school reaching out twice to the parents.
Jennifer Crumbly exchanged text messages about the incident with her son on that day, stating, quote, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught, end quote.
Then there was the morning of the shooting when the prosecutor says a teacher confiscated a drawing showing blood and a handgun with the words blood everywhere and my life is useless. The Crumleys were called to the school and told to get Ethan in counseling. The prosecutor saying they were resistant to pulling him from school, so Ethan was allowed to return to the classroom.
The notion that a parent could read those words and also know that their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal.
Once news broke of the shooting, the prosecutor says Jennifer Crumbly texted her son, quote, don't do it, while James Crumbly called 911 to report that a gun was missing from his house, saying he believed his son may be the shooter.
Now, if convicted, both Jennifer and James Crumbly could spend up to 15 years in prison. As for their son, Ethan Crumbly, his next court appearance is scheduled for December 13th. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And coming up next, John's going to give us a look at the weather, what he expects for the upcoming weekend.
We'll be right back. Beatrice will get you into the holiday spirit tomorrow if you need some weekend plans. It's their 6th annual Holiday Lighted Parade. It'll be taking place at 5:30 in the evening at 5th and Perkins tomorrow.
Festivities include a live nativity scene, live reindeer, free Polaroid pictures with Santa, hot chocolate stands, trolley rides and crafts, and also a visit from Beatrice Bakery Company. Channel 8 is so honored to be in the parade tomorrow. I know I'm going to head down there, be waving at all of you, so be sure to wave back. And so yeah, hopefully we'll see a good crowd out there in Beatrice tomorrow. How's the weather? Let's find out.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
It will be a little cooler for the parade tomorrow, so it's at least going to make it feel a little more festive than what we've had the last couple of days where we've been nearly dealing with shorts weather. You know, every day this month has been above 60 degrees. Today we hit 61 in Lincoln. Skies are clear right now. Temperatures will drop tonight. A cold front passed through earlier today, turning our winds around to the northeast. They will continue on, but still, even with that northerly wind, temperatures have still been looking pretty nice today. It's 52 right now at the airport, 54 at East Campus, 54 on the south side of town, and 55 degrees along Denton Road. We're down in Beatrice, we've got 55 degrees. A bit cooler as you head to the west and to the north. 50 in Columbus, Wahoo, as well as in York. It's 51 in Aurora, and 49 degrees right now in Kearney. Temperatures quite a bit cooler than what they were yesterday at this time, and that trend will continue on into tomorrow. Sunday, we'll probably see temperatures trending upwards before another cold front comes down, and that will drop our temperatures quite a bit, I think, as we get towards Monday, where temperatures will only be in the middle and upper 30s. So some chilly weather coming to the start of the next work week. For this evening, with clear skies, temperatures will drop. We'll be into the 30s by midnight. We'll keep dropping from there. Upper 20s to right around 30 degrees will be the overnight low temperatures. Winds will remain out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Satellite imagery showing you the clear skies overhead. There are some clouds off to the north, and I suspect we'll see clouds developing overnight tonight, turning partly cloudy initially. Then by morning, we may see some overcast and even some patchy fog in some spots. But high pressure off to our northwest, right along the U.S.-Canada border, will start to slide in and start to bring some of that cooler air down our direction for tomorrow, where we're talking highs in the middle to upper 40s. Here's Stormcast at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can see the low clouds and maybe a little fog mixed in as well early tomorrow morning. If we do have some fog, watch out for some areas of freezing fog, of temperatures below freezing. But you'll see how that burns off by mid-morning. By noon, most of us will be seeing mostly sunny skies, if not sunny skies completely. We'll be sitting in the low 40s. Then as we head towards the afternoon hours, temperatures topping out in the middle to upper 40s. I'm expecting a high temperature of 48 degrees in Lincoln, 48 degrees in Beatrice, and 47 degrees in York. Winds tomorrow out of the east, 5 to 12 miles per hour. On Sunday, another cold front will come through, but not till the afternoon. Ahead of that front, we'll see temperatures warming up. We should be able to make it up in the lower to mid 50s Sunday afternoon. Winds will begin to increase out of the northwest on Sunday, starting to bring down some cooler air our way. In fact, by early Sunday night, we'll likely see temperatures already down into the 30s. You can see Stormcast at 9 o'clock suggesting 36 degrees in Lincoln, already down to 30 degrees in Hastings. And that's going to bring some of that cooler air down our way just in time for Monday morning and for Monday. Hey, I mentioned Hans Gutenhofer. I'll step out of the way. When I started last year, I'd mentioned I've known Hans my entire life. He is the chief meteorologist for the North Pole flight operations. This will be his 431st year doing so. Last night we had our first conference call leading up to flight operations later this month. The key takeaway from what he said last night during the conference call: reindeer came back from summer vacation in okay shape. However, Donner has been put on a carrot-only diet as he had a little too much fun over the summer and put on some extra pounds. The rest have been spending their time eating, getting their winter coats ready for later this month. So we'll try to update you on a weekly basis as I have those calls. Now, right now, bigger picture over the globe, looking pretty nice around the United States. But I want to send you back over to Russia, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan. I can never pronounce that country. Kakistan, just to the west of Mongolia. There's a little dip in the jet stream right here, and that could bring some interesting things for us later on next week, which you'll see in my 10-day forecast. Cooler by Monday in Chile, 45 on Tuesday with some showers. Then as we head towards the end of next week, we are going to be watching a weather system that may or may not play out, but potentially could bring some cooler temperatures and some snow to the area. And you see the temperatures going below zero perhaps by the 13th of December. That is factoring in some snow on the ground. So if that snow doesn't happen, temperatures won't be quite that cold. But again, something to keep an eye on for the end of next week.
It's Hans, right?
Hans Gutenhoff.
Is he up with technology? Are you guys doing Zoom calls or?
The funny thing is North Pole's got their own slightly, because the internet doesn't work very well there. So we've got our slightly different calls. I actually don't see, they don't have enough connection or connectivity there to actually see a video with actually his face.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, keep us updated on the information from
That's
Hans.
quite the connection to have.
Yeah, I mean.
It comes in handy at times.
John, you're kind of a big deal. So,
I don't know if you know that or not.
The elves say Hans is the big deal up at the North Pole.
I love it. All right. Thank you very much, John. Hey, a big night for Husker volleyball fans. The Huskers opening up play in the NCAA tournament at the Devaney Center.
Nebraska will take on Campbell around 7 o'clock tonight, or 30 minutes following the match between Florida State and Kansas State, which began at right around 4:30. The Huskers are the 10th overall seed in the tournament. If they win tonight, they will play again tomorrow at 7.
And the only way to watch the game tonight is if you have a subscription to ESPN Plus. It is not on any channel there. So just to let you all know, not a great day on Wall Street. The Dow falling 60 points, NASDAQ falling nearly 300. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Clear skies this evening, temperatures dropping into the 40s by 8 o'clock. By 10, we'll be down to 43 degrees with overnight lows in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees.
All right. Thank you, John. And thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
At Comfort Made Mattress Factory, we build each mattress specifically for you right here in our locally owned store. We can even make his side different than hers, backed by our lifetime comfort guarantee.